to say, "More Germany." I said, "Still just been drinking some random alcohol." Looks like some Mozambique.
See.
Oh, bro, it's a weird beer. It looks like.
Welcome, guys, to Shocked and Skewed. As you can tell, you can probably already tell, this is different.
Yeah. Different set.
We have moved up, as I said.
Moved up in the world.
We have moved up in the world. We have, like, you can tell. So yeah, this is a special episode. We have in the house today the team behind the legendary Sunday Soiree. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and also what you contribute to the Sunday Soiree. To the idea sama banka. Idea sama banka portion. Tosa de bude ba some car. Sunday Soiree. Nah. Sunday Soiree. Everyone introduce yourself and what you feel like you contribute to the Sunday Soiree. We'll start with you.
I was hoping we're going to start it by age.
Bro,
yeah.
it's okay.
Hey,
bro,
man.
we just started.
We have like an hour to go.
My bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
Anyway.
So
I actually thought you were gonna take it.
Snap.
yeah, go for it. Though.
Go for it.
Start.
My name is Paige. What do I do? Vibes and inshallah to the soiree, like I'm the one who, keeps the team together.
Yeah.
Get me?
The glue.
They do everything.
The glue.
Yeah.
Keep going. Like TJ, did you do that thing?
Yeah. So keep getting this to check. Amazing.
I do a lot of the production.
Yeah.
Setup. I think there's a lot that happens.
Yeah.
In doing events, and every event is different.
Yeah.
So what I am asked to do, or what I'm demanded to do, I'm very good at, demanded by the event. So.
Okay.
Demanded by who?
By who?
Yeah. I don't work for him. I don't work for him.
Yeah.
They don't work for me. We all work for the Sunday Soiree.
Yes.
Right. So with every event, the soiree sort of like demands certain skills or certain, depending on availability.
Yeah.
And we all, we're a team, so like we all cover for each other. But I would say that my main thing would be production. So like setup, lighting, that kind of stuff.
Never heard.
Perfect.
Yeah. Name's TJ. I think as he said, like there's a lot of things that go into creating a Sunday Soiree. There's like ideas on the day, and I think for the most part, most of these things we do them collectively because for the most part we're a team that is constantly together and constantly thinking of new ways to go about things. But I guess Sunday Soiree is a day. So on the day, usually I'm very focused on the music and just the vibe in general, how people are feeling, what they're listening to, how just the atmosphere and the sounds,
Awesome.
For the most part, that and just a little bit of production in there as well.
Yeah, sure. Cool. And finally.
So not finally though. There was meant to be two other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my part, I'm Timmy. And for the most part, I work on partnerships and design and marketing. So that's most part.
Yeah.
So on the day, I'm usually just
and cultivating relationships.
So on the day,
I feel like one thing I like about you guys is on the event, on the day, you you seem to be enjoying yourselves just as much as
for sure.
I think, and that comes from the originality of the event.
Yeah.
The event was created for us. We created the event for us first.
Yeah.
Because we could go to places and they wouldn't give us a nice glass for wine, bro.
Yeah.
Or maybe the wine was just sweet all the time.
Well,
and
we
then
got
the sugar and
I've seen this kind of thing where
it's a small thing.
Yeah.
It's like wine has a culture.
Yeah.
There's wine. It's like whiskey. It's like
Yeah.
on emphasis. It's like mpunga sumaji and terere on emphasis.
Yeah.
Depending on how you cook it. Nigerians. Yeah, but like normally there's certain things that if they happen like that, why are we not doing them as they should be done?
Yeah.
That's small glass. Maglass akapanyika ama chajani tutengo okuti chintu cho chikapanyika mugabe sichishi. Koma anthu asakanike good vibes and inshallah.
Yeah.
Chifukwa chajani cha wine glass.
So to answer your question, we like to enjoy it because if we are enjoying it, then everybody else is gonna. If we're having a shit time, then everybody else is gonna have.
It reflects as well.
It does.
It does. Especially when I feel like there's something about seeing. I've been like to multiple events, and tell me when you see it, the organizer stressed, something is wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, something's not happening. Something is not moving. There's usually something there's a gap somewhere. But when the organizers are like there, they're having a good time, having a better time than you.
It's crazy because even like 2 hours or 3 hours before the show, you find us there. You'll find us looking so different, you know, because we're always on the ground. We're trying to make sure that things are moving right. If he needs to get up a tree and put up lights, he's gonna get up a tree and put up. He's done it so many times, you know. So like 2 hours after the show is gonna change. He's a different person. His energy is also changed. So we work so much on energy and just trying to offload the energy that we're also trying to get from
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, I think the next thing I was going to touch on, which is something that you touched on there, but okay. Before we get to this, I had a question for you guys. We'll have a game at the end of the show. But this is something that the points here will contribute to that score. So it's based on the knowledge that you guys have of the Sunday Soiree.
Okay.
So it's
good luck, everybody.
So the first question, this is not the actual question, but I think the question will be a follow-up from this. How many events have you guys done?
17.
From like
from 3 actually.
It's a tricky question.
17.
From when?
As it Sunday Soiree.
Okay. Today is.
I'll put it at 15 to 17.
15 to 17.
Yes, that's inclusive of production events. We also produce events for other people.
Okay, cool. Here's my question. I've done my research, and I found 6 to it. Yeah. My question is, and this is the first person to answer gets a point. Share, guys.
Mugura waini kumata kwa de. I want to know what's the price.
Of the 16 events, how many of them were not on a Sunday?
7.
8?
10.
No.
I would say.
How many of them were not
on a Sunday?
Because out of that, we have done 2 years means 6 soirees. No, 7 because we did Mount Soch on a Sunday.
No, Mount Soch was on a
7 events where on Sunday the rest were not.
What is this?
How many were not on a Sunday?
How many were not? I don't know the math, but like it's 16 minus 7. What's that? 9.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I don't.
So he got it. It's 9.
I don't. 9. I got the
9
math.
with 6 on a Saturday and 3 on a Friday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wine rash and.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn, right. You learn something new every day.
I forgot about that. No. Like, when did we ever do it?
On a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think maybe we can get into the origin concept. How did it come about? What were you guys doing? Was it like an actual conversation? How did it? What's the genesis of basic Soiree?
So, the actual truth or the truth?
I want the actual truth. I've heard your story that like we're at an event and we didn't like the wine. I want the actual truth.
I cooked on that one.
You did.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. So like, how did it like come about?
Do you want to take that one? I feel like you explained the story really good because it happened in your house too.
I'm here for the wine, bro.
No, but I think he really does explain the story better because it was a series of.
So, for the most part, as I said in the beginning, there is 2 other people that are not here, which makes it 5. But
that's actually
shout out Miko.
Yeah,
shout out
Charlie, Bantu group, man in Uganda.
One of my highlights. One amigo.
Big shout out to Miles and Junior.
Yeah, man.
Precious.
Yeah, Precious. Yeah.
So it's a huge team.
Man. It is. It's a moving body, so it can't move.
You can't
its own
when
without.
it's just static.
Yeah, but how we started is a different story and feeling for everyone because, as he mentioned as well, there's different contributions that, as you asked as well, that everyone contributes in a certain way. But how they got to that contribution is their personal story too. Hence, the event still moving like that based off those vibes. Because when those vibes come together is what created the event.
Yes.
But we were in my backyard, and that week I had just randomly been seeing Miko post that he was in Area 3 doing. I didn't know he was a lecture or some stuff at Bishop Mackenzie, a teacher, bro. At Bishop Mackenzie. Bishop Mackenzie is my old school. I used to go there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so Miko, we kept talking, and we're like, guys, there's a garden. I had a client who was working on a garden in the bypass.
Yeah.
So, guys, there's a garden. We've been talking about what is that we can do for a minute. What do you guys think? So, as the time went, like 2 weeks after we had that conversation, we met all of us with the boys, and we're just there. Some are making food. There's some music's playing on the speakers, and wine is flowing. And we're like, okay, let's see what we can do. But for now, we gotta go, show face in some of these events. We've been invited separately at different events. So we all left together. We went to this series of events in that night. Which one or the other turned out to be market research for us. But we didn't seem like it as market research. But when we went to these events, we left each event for different reasons. That it was things at time. We thought we were late, but when we got there and the event has still not started, you understand? I'm not saying that, but those are things that happen in different events. Some events, there was no lighting, so you could only see people on the stage and no one else was. You understand? It was those small things that were like, guys, why did we come out? We should have just stayed home and continued what we were doing. So when we felt that, crazy enough, it was on the Friday. It was on a Saturday. We announced our first event on the Tuesday, right? The following week. And all we had was a free venue. The garden from my client Agna Iconic, and Dr. Chu gave us sound system and lighting.
That's it.
That's all we had.
And all we did was
we just did promo.
And,
actually, that's also one of the first few times that we played music as a group. Because we're all trying to play. That's another thing that also kind of
known how to DJ.
That's also another thing that kind of was a motivating factor in the soiree coming up, was also just the type of music that we were listening to every time we go out. The same music that wasn't being played. So we really just wanted to create an environment where, like for us, it was like, what's the perfect entertainment scenario?
Yeah.
Like if you went to like a dope-ass event, like what would you like to see at an event? And I think that's what we did, was literally just trying to piece all these things together to create something that's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it all comes from we want to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
So just people, it's sort of like, it's the bare minimum. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff, I suppose, bare minimum, you know. So yeah, it was mainly for ourselves to like, okay, we came out, we spent money, or we were bored.
Yeah.
There's somebody, people that kind of like relate to the stuff that we relate to.
Yeah.
It's like 50 people, 100
Yeah.
people, they will appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll come together and we'll have a good time. So
Yeah.
I think the quality is always, it has to be good enough for us.
Yeah, for sure.
First of all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just have to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. So that's where we started from. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The name, though. Within those 3 days as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to Yax, eh? Yeah, so what we do is with everything, we all throw names and it's your job to describe why.
Yeah.
To make it make sense. That's why every event, Majute, for example, it's Maju, but we're saying we want to start the year majestic. So Majute, you would hear it as Maje, majestic in a way.
Okay.
But that's not how these words, some of them do not exist.
Yeah.
That's the every word at first did not exist.
Everything is made up.
But it has to make sense.
Yeah.
So you have to tie it. Soirée à trois. À trois is, you know, you're starting. That's how last year started, around the same time.
Yes.
So there's those things, but how those things come about is, I have this idea, but this is what I think. So someone says, oh, how about if we took out the last word and added this because of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have a complete picture. So it's not like concept note, Basi.
No, we just be throwing ideas around. And, you know, for the most part, even like a lot of people be asking us, like, how are you coming up with these names? Just like, it's names that are being thrown around. And like the ones that are, you know, just
Something sticks.
the one that sticks, you know, they're just flowing off the tongue effortlessly.
Roll out nice.
Also, so we work really fast, right?
Yeah.
We're young.
I don't know about these niggas.
But also, like, we're a group, so like,
Yeah.
we, even if I don't agree with certain things, like if there's 3 of us in the room, right, and the decision has to be made right now, if they agree on it, it doesn't matter how I feel. Like, they will let me express myself, but if 2 people agree this is all we're doing, this direction we're going. And a lot of the time, we always have this conversation, you guys are right. A lot of the time, it's always that. It's like, you know, the first time, the craziest thing I'll tell you, the first event we did in Atlanta at Mount Sophie. Right? I thought it was too soon to come to class.
You did.
He was like,
You gotta go.
Yeah.
That was only after how many? That was like
That was after a year.
a year.
Yeah.
That was after a year.
Yeah, that was,
No. It was not after a year. It was not. No, it was not after a year.
It was actually within the
It was within the same year.
Yeah, it was.
That was 2023, not 2024.
that one, yeah?
Blanca was 2023. Mount Sochi was 2023.
Damn.
yeah, but I was like, I
Atlanta.
don't wanna, we've got good momentum here, right?
Yeah.
And I was making like, it's solid argument, right?
Yeah.
We have momentum here.
Yeah.
If we go to Atlanta and we flop,
Come
it's
back.
gonna affect our
Yeah.
our energy, right?
And we can go back there again.
You know what? We gotta take the risk, we gotta go.
But I feel like for the most part that happens, that kind of thing happens the other way around, yeah? When you start something in the blind side, and you,
Move it to another
and you
city.
flop in the long way, it usually has like an effect that's like, but usually when it comes from Lilongwe to Blantyre,
But how many events do you know that started in Lilongwe and came to Blantyre?
not many.
Hold on.
But there is
Guys,
a few that started in Blantyre and came to Els now.
Successfully.
Yeah, Billland.
One that I can name from.
Maybe Summer Jam.
Summer Jam.
Yeah, Summer Jam came from.
Some of them started.
Yeah, it started there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The food at Umami was a Blantyre. It was a Blantyre baby. Yeah.
Mami was a Blantyre.
Was a Blantyre.
Blantyre was.
Yeah.
It
started yet. What do you guys mean by
Okay, is a blunt event. Yeah.
Mami, what?
Is.
It still is.
They still do events.
Yeah.
How do you
chefs
how would you describe in so many ways how would you describe Sunday Soiree? Because there's this term, like this phrase that how everybody Sunday Soiree is the mommy that went to high school. What do you guys think about that?
Honestly, I don't think. I mean, obviously, it's like anything else, like music. It's like artistry, it's Photoshop, it's design. You know, there's all these things that people are gonna compare certain things to, especially if it's the same space. So for us, we just look at it and it's events at the end of the day. I think we are all trying to achieve the same thing at the end of the day, and it's entertaining people.
Yeah.
So how I entertain people versus how he entertains people. I'm not going to look down on how he entertains people because it doesn't entertain people. How I entertain people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're still both entertaining people. You know. So we'll just leave that to people to compare and talk about. For us, it's it's the space is too big for not to coexist.
Yeah.
So
everyone can still
Everyone not can, they should.
100%. 100%. It's like somebody coming up with a better idea than the Sunday Soiree, let's say this year, and then that turns out to be a hit, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody comes and then compares it like, come on, it's you cannot
This one is the one that went to school.
It's like, bro, come on.
We're always taking a step.
Taking a step further, but that's what I've noticed.
One thing that we would like to see ourselves as a group, I've learned as collectively, and we all agree on this, is to see the industry space, like the event space, right? Level up, right? Like in terms of like time, from like music events, I understand like production value, like people charge however they charge. But sometimes you go into an event and it's like the highlight is someone's name, you know? So it can sometimes be okay. We really want to see this person and we pay this much, and then you go there and you're underwhelmed. Yeah, it kind of affects the whole event,
your whole experience.
So we would like to see the whole event space sort of like level up. We want to see, and we are seeing it. People are throwing birthday parties that look like soiree. You know, people are doing the engagements, like everything is like, you know,
people are dressing better.
People are dressing
except for people like me. Except for people like me.
Exactly what I was about to get to. That you guys, there was something that came up in the I think it was on Twitter or something like that. But basically, there's certain outfits. This is stuff like Colgate, Photoshop. You know this when like the name of your thing becomes something that's used to describe. There's outfits now that are described as soiree.
Soiree fits.
And if I soiree,
no, for sure.
It's gone to that point, and I think it's something that for a long time, like what people put on for your event didn't really.
It didn't matter. I say no bad thing.
Well, you guys really give like people a reason to dress up, and we don't have a lot of events like that, you know. So it's usually if you're dressing up for something, you know, it's red carpet.
But like,
put on a suit.
I always say like it's the same with everything else. Like people just want an opportunity
to look good, to feel
to feel good, to drink good, to express party better, to be in better spaces, to see better design, to see better podcasts. Like things are evolving and people's minds are also evolving, and that's why
shout out to the internet. You know,
shout out to the internet, man. Shout out to the internet because it's the same. It's the internet is baby of the internet, you know, because of seeing what other people are doing, traveling, and all of these things. It's what built up the soiree in a way. We're also very vigilant about the things that happen outside.
Just vigilant.
How do you mean by that, bro?
Vigilant.
What's going on in America?
I see.
Vigilant.
Some come with time.
We're students of the game. We're like, yeah, man. Like even events, histories of events in Malawi, like all those things. Like we've been in so many spaces over the last few years, like in the creative space, music, television, radio. So like
fashion.
We're very passionate about how things are done in Malawi.
It's like, trust me that. So you look at this is how I analyze the game, right? Like you look at the Nigerian music industry right now. Right? Before we started listening to Nigerian music or watching Nigerian movies, we got familiar with how they dress, how they talk, what kind of sound they have. Right? So when the music was coming, it's kind of easy to consume because you see it, you can recognize it, right? So the fashion industry in Nigeria is booming. The music industry is booming. The is booming. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about music working in Malawi, like the industry, like because
the
ecosystem, like in film, right? You guys, you're in film, right? Yeah, you in it, right? So you know how much it takes, how many people it takes, to produce a film. You need actors, you need scouts, location scouts, stylists, all of those things, right? So it's think about it that way. You say that for the music industry to work, we need the artist to look a certain way. So we need our fashion industry to be on point. You know, we need sound engineers, sound score. Like in film, you have a lot of scoring and sound, which is music. Understand? So like it's not just it's the elements, right? The story is all these elements. It's the music
comes together.
What you see, what you smell, what you hear. All those things.
It's very important.
Yeah. So
How hectic is it to produce an event?
Very hectic. Half the time I'm not talking to a lot of people.
What do you mean? Who are you talking to? You need to talk to people to produce. What do you mean?
No, man. No, it's just like a lot of it's hectic.
Yeah,
personal relationships. You know.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come on, guy, lock in.
Sorry.
You lock in, guy.
Yeah, man, you gotta lock in, but also we're like. It's entertainment, you know. It's like a DJ, like it's like everyone marrying a DJ.
Song.
You know, it's like on Friday it's gotta be at the club. On Saturday it's gotta be at the club. On Sunday it's gotta be at the club. You know, so like, man. As much as it's very hectic to plan, it's also very fulfilling, you know. Like,
the process.
But I guess there's some that are like a lot of fun to produce. There's a lot like really demanding. Depending, because we one thing about the Soirée is we don't do anything basic. So say you can go to the event in Moranje. So you understand, like we're trying to, for example, what's the idea?
I mean, he's been away from his house for the past week. You know, like So
the way Moranje, should we put that down? Is it gonna have any time soon?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. You never know, right?
I know,
We're thinking along those lines. So imagine to produce the stuff that how the story looks. It's demanding.
Blanta itself is very demanding.
For sure.
Every time
I think those are the hardest stories.
we produced here. We had to bring stuff from elsewhere. Like 2 tracks came from Lilongwe with bar stools and barrels and all this things.
And my question was that you can find these things in that.
Yes and no. I'm sure you can
find some of the things.
Yes,
but not everything.
But also, it's just how
the service itself as well. It's the energy is different business wise, man. I'll tell you that. Most of you guys have a lot of money. You're bosses. If you're tamanga, most of you guys are bosses.
No, but it's true. Most of the young cats are bosses.
It's a commercial city.
Most of the young cats are bosses.
The
commercial capital.
There's a general consensus that the money is in our city.
Wait.
It's not about the money. It's not about the money. Being a boss is not about the money.
Oh, okay.
Being a boss is also about mentality.
Oh, okay.
Else people are hustling.
Aglavoja, you know what I'm saying? My guy Wondaoli, you know?
Yeah.
We all real.
Things
But like,
things that
people get their hands dirty.
plant their niggas
100%.
will not really.
Barely.
I think
Flash.
I need an office job.
9 to 5.
9 to 5, tie wine in
So drama ito kali kudili.
Ile bombo.
kumaso suda watu sakulandira so drama akulandira drama koma sinanga ukokwe yona yi igurana clock ife kuja magaya akagula foja amusia kuuma abwera kuno akurana ya mpunga.
Okay.
Yeah. So the mentality of
there's a mentality difference.
Is easy. I need to achieve this by all means necessary, so I'll get it done.
Yeah.
You know that spirit is dance on the anger. So Iran when it how it runs. Timarana Jonchi.
Yeah.
What we do. Maybe other people have done it. I'm sure in different forms. Whatever. But we are doing the way we do it because of how we work, like our working power, our output. That we're willing to shake as many hands as possible to understand the market. Yeah, this thing thrives on market research and good vibes. Most important, inshallah. So like those elements are they're not in any book. Sungapuze doesn't know school. Yeah, that's why like because we are all experts in different things. I design websites sometimes. Sometimes I develop businesses. Sometimes I'm a farmer. I make chili. One way or the other, one of those things, there's a concept that thing comes into play. Yeah. And by expert was ziwa. We want to do something in the street. How does that work? Say go to the second street is we have people that have done that before. Yeah. In the teams, pages here. You understand? But my expertise, now those are artistic ideas. Yeah. You cannot take that and put it. You cannot explain it in business terms that will make sense in an office like that. That's the problem we have.
So you have to translate it.
The translation of what the soiree is what is crazy because it is a moving car. It is not a stationed thing. It's ideas. We're not just replicating what we've done before. Yeah. So you cannot say that, this is my end at jaunt. That's it. Because it's different every time.
100%.
Everything is different every time, one or the other.
Something is, if I bring it up and say, let's set up the stage like this, someone will say, bro, we've already done that. No matter how good it is.
100%. We've done that before.
Yeah.
Gotta keep evolving.
I think it comes back to the fact that you guys are doing it for yourselves, because
for sure.
We have to challenge ourselves.
I'm pretty sure if you actually think about it, most people won't notice that. Stage you didn't do much.
No, but trust me, there are some people that will.
Some people that will. There are some people that see things.
Right. Yeah.
And those are the people that will do it for, to be quite honest.
We've seen those before.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. There's actually people who even come up and say, it's like this. This doesn't look like the soiree.
And I got my foot. I said, why list me when there's a one? Bang, so last time namula wadu bo introduce us to something else. The video ya story timagangolawa so titusamene you kuli list ndi na ndio siana.
So down to that you have to keep
everything is curated to the
we
T.
try to introduce people to as newer things as not newer but different things as possible. Akozokaya ma chicken wings omweo. Yeah. Commandi plating, service level, 100%. Things like those.
So if I was to attend every single one of the soirees, it would be a different experience.
100%.
You will meet a new love of your life.
Everyone. It's about to happen.
People love of their lives at the soiree.
Yeah, people do.
You haven't heard?
Yeah, this is
I
your
know
information.
I know a homie right now in a stable relationship.
I know a whole
Because
too, actually. I know.
I'm never sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. Asende mwina aroda akamasa kwati azati uze zabange produce zabange produce wanalisa ni mizimu yoipa
The stuff that you put out there as like the main thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Put it out there like
We're not in the business of matchmaking.
yeah bro that's more funny
vibes and inshallah.
those are the vibes and inshallah
No, it's the kind of thing we're interested in is like wine.
wine
Yeah.
a little bit of this a little bit of that, you know.
It's
Nah, awesome stuff. Okay, so wait, I don't know how much you can tell me about the event itself and what goes into the planning of it. I don't know how much you can, from a business standpoint, yeah? I don't know how much you can say you guys came to plan there, yeah? What goes on for you guys to, as you've said, it gets hectic. What's the hectic that goes to, what are the things you focus on, and what are maybe the challenges along the way to like getting to the day and for people? Because if you know where we went to,
Good vibes.
good vibes. If you maybe because we're in the media space, we know what you got to figure out branding enough food. Yeah, now that
Pixelated.
Which one? Which soirees? I mean, in a Buddha. Any critical ones are planning.
No. You know, every time at an event, I look at the branding and I'm like, this was tough. This was rough. I'm about to say that. For that board to be there, to be mounted like that, for people to step on the Ocean Mega, that corner thing, that's iconic. Like that's something that like.
That's where we started.
Yeah.
Iconic.
God.
It was written. This guy. It was written in the stuff. But yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like I look at those kind of things and I'm like, wow. But I realize that most people don't share the same kind of thing. It's like people just come to an event and they don't really get into. So like, how does it happen? How is it funded? When we can also like. I just team my drama Zambian base. They can host a whole event. That's what people say.
I sold out shorts.
Yeah, but like so. How is it? How do you move it? How do you make those things as much as you can share, or as little as you can share, just to enlighten people who maybe, as we said, I'm telling them to organize some events and they're like, I don't have money like Tim, I don't have that money like TJ.
I'll just comment on the dance. A wise man once told me, Udin, the secret, actually it's not even a secret, but it's something that people think is a secret, but it shouldn't be. Dance it, open we run. We know again. I run. The worst case is because the run need by way.
So it is imperative that you run dance. Okay, you heard it here first.
That's what you want to say about the dance.
That's a different
Over to you, gentlemen.
I mean, John, I take this on from a production standpoint.
I think, events are expensive.
Yeah.
Right?
Also start by saying we started off as zero.
Like we said, we only had
a venue.
And some.
Yeah.
So I'll say my train of thought.
Sorry.
Events are very expensive.
Yeah.
To produce, especially an event like this Soiree.
Yeah.
I remember me and Nico were arguing sometime about a certain setup that we wanted. So as a business, we always, like I said, we go back and forth about it. So we wanted to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
Like we want people to wanted to do like a picnic setup.
Yeah.
Right? That was the theme, the concept.
Yeah.
But to set up for one person to sit down was costing us 10,000. One person. Right? So how much are we charging the person to come in? And we have to take account of everything. Right? So then you also have to make profit.
Yeah.
On top of that, right? So events are expensive. So sometimes I can understand when we have to understand when certain events don't do certain things.
Yeah.
Because it's very expensive
to do those things.
Are very tight.
Yeah.
Very slim. Like it's hard to make profits
from
events. Right? So the quality as well. The reason we make sure that the quality of the stuff is like on point is because social capital, which is also something that has propelled us to get where we are, right? Tim is always saying, "Ish, bruh, I think this person means a lot to me more than this money, more than that. I'd rather keep the relationship than get involved in this business or whatever, which might hinder us from even bigger business. You know what I'm saying? So we treat every single person that comes to the event as someone who, because I'm kind of famous now, so there's more people that know me than I know, right?
True,
So like, I have to treat everyone. I don't know who this person is.
Yes.
That way it could go up. And it could right? So we try to make sure that every single person has the best possible experience.
For sure.
Right? Yeah. But also the people that whose shoulders we're standing on. Human right? Like if tomorrow, right? I haven't spoken to him in weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I call him tomorrow and I said, Q, I need sound, I've got this idea. He will endorse me, he will support me.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people like that who supports us in different ways. But we're also always demanding, asking each other to always give back. You always have to like service that relationship. You always have to keep back. So like and it's not about the people that we only get stuff from. Right? We always do like compliments of the story where we're like, okay, let's give people wine. Because we know these people have come here, they've bought tickets, they've spent this much on their hair, on their outfits and stuff. Let's give it back. It's a culture that is with the soiree. So you find people that you see someone talking something about the soiree, you find someone defending it because they kind of understand and been with us through the trip. Like we said, we recognize you've come to 3 Sunday Soirees. For the next one, come for free because we understand the kind of economy we're in. That's right. So we care about, it's a community, right? The soiree is a community. There are people that care a lot more about the soiree certain times than I do.
100%.
You know, like I'm like, I'm good, but they're like, no, bro, are you working?
Why you sound like you're not working, man?
Chilling, huh? Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it, but the hectic part is like, as this creative space, it's hard to sell an idea to corporates. They always look at us like, so they always come in with what can we get, there's
from the jump.
What can I get from this? But there's a lot of original people that always are behind us and are always posting.
A lot. There's actually a lot more than those people.
Someone just walked in here. I know they left longer, like 5 hours ago.
Yeah,
they
for sure.
Landed here for the soiree. And there's people that leave Blanta and come to
there's people on their way, right?
All the time.
So people are traveling from else.
There's like people on their way, like right now. Happens all the time.
All those things happen, and for the most part, with how we started, the original ideas or the original things that brought us together were not the money. Now,
also because you didn't have any money, as you said.
Yeah, we never.
Our expectations weren't really weren't.
We didn't start
I know about you.
Okay, I don't know about you. You understand? So
there's chucks in this team.
So, but there's things like, don't you have inheritance from DOC? It has like a
We can't say
on camera.
We chat.
But it's
that's why I said
it's the original ideas that
protect it
at any
At
given
all times.
point when like we can't just meet in the
You
let what go.
You're hearing it.
Even the laugh is
privilege.
Yeah, you get me killed, bro.
it's all right. Yo.
I say,
People shouldn't know.
No, like
Yeah,
you're
they should- no.
the honor.
bro. Maybe let me just. I'll just show you, bro.
Yeah, so you can say it.
That's how you say it.
Big.
That's his name. No, how I say that. That's his full name.
That's the blood.
That's a blood.
Every time you say do this,
That's what it's talking about.
This is it. Freedom fighter.
Sunday Soirée, no.
Yeah, man.
All right, yeah.
So it's those ideas that keep it like, yes, money is good,
Yeah.
but money is not the primary thing that made us start this.
Yeah.
It was the vibes and the like. But what we then did was to make sure that these vibes are not making us lose money. So if the vibes are, we can produce a show at production cost, even with airtime, transport included.
Yeah.
That's a profit.
100%.
Yeah.
Understand?
100%.
Because you're not doing it for profit to begin with. But it does not mean that you should not think of business.
Yeah.
That's why then we it's a full company. It's a full production company.
Yeah.
That's why we offer services to produce events for other people. We produce our own, and we make sure that the events are able to pay for themselves. So when sponsorships are there, that's good. We can level up to a certain point.
Yeah.
Sponsorships are not there, we can
Still
still run
run the
dance
dance
because we you understand.
So it's just optional. If it's
optional.
There, if it's
Yeah,
there,
if it's
good.
there,
It's not
good.
dependent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's not
it's it's never been dependent.
Sponsorships are nice to elevate
Yeah.
that.
What I like,
But
what
you
I
need
like
the
about
base.
about the whole thing, from what I'm understanding here, is good. This whole thing came about out of necessity. Yeah? There was need for you guys to have a space where,
For sure.
it's that different.
Yeah.
For us, of course. When I started with you guys.
Yeah.
So
sure.
yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think
sure.
that's good for creatives, especially because my space is in now. So even me, like, bruh, when I go out,
I think he's if he happened to be in the room when you guys were coming up with this, he would have been part of this because he's always complaining about the same things.
Spacious.
Like, okay, I go out and like the vibe's not good. More.
And for us, that's what we've been encouraging as well. Like we've been encouraging, that's why it's also unfortunate sometimes when people come to our event and they complain about how certain things are done a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, because that's why there's space for all these other things to be done. That's why people always complain that, hey man, I go out and I never listen to rap, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just playing on my piano.
Yeah,
People just say, but like there's. I was one of those. I'd go to a place and I'd be like, I man, I haven't heard a rap song all day long.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
You listen to rap.
bro, I'm a big bro. I'll teach you a thing or two about rap.
You must. History too.
But yeah. So like, there's a need for more creatives to come up with more alternative ideas to cater to alternative people as well.
So what you're saying basically is, you guys have your thing,
Yeah.
but there's still gaps.
So
So
many,
Kate
bro.
have your thing too.
So anyone else can have their thing.
So many.
That's nice and that's different. That's unique to them.
Yeah.
That's why I
Have their own
appreciated.
stories.
That's why I appreciated your blogs and your podcast. But back in the day with the design and stuff, because I always used to look at that and I'll be like, you see, really
stuff.
nobody who's doing that. You
Yeah.
know? And the more people get into spaces like that, the more
Exactly.
the more our creative industry blooms. You know.
Because
No, speaking of design, so I just wanted to ask, how did you guys actually decide, okay, branding wise, this is how we want our thing to look?
So, I'll speak for me. I've worked in design for quite some time.
Yeah.
There was a time I wanted to be a designer myself for a bit. I tried that.
That's like a nigga.
If I speak,
Team.
if I speak,
What do I? Okay, my issue was as I mentioned earlier before we started, I think the screen time is not my thing. So I want to be on PC and do the things I have to do because I want to be in my garden doing some flower shit. I want to live
in the moment,
nature and the like. So like if my career and my life is, and I started IT, and then I moved from IT to marketing and stuff like that because screen time, I enjoy I can just sit there and just
watching the sunset.
I enjoy that. I want more of those moments. That's why the career path I didn't get to, but I direct design. So I direct art properly, be it design, be it film, be it all these things.
Actually, being in touch with the outside and nature
helps.
100%.
To direct.
It's a better perspective when it comes to directing.
So I enjoy directing than. So that's how like the design on my part. We actually the design pack was the first two logos were done by Joe Mazonde.
Shout out Joe Mazonde.
First flyers. Your first event flyer. Joe, man.
That's actually something to brag.
I know.
To say that,
And you know, it was a simple. Remember how it wasn't? There was no back and forth.
No.
What he sent
With the brief we gave him.
It was nice. And it was just like, you know, two versions, and we're like, you know what?
And this is the one.
That's the one.
How do you even get Joe Mazonde to do designs for you guys?
So I would go with
social capital.
me and Joe.
Social capital.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes way back, but social capital.
Yeah, that's the social.
There's words for going for saying things. Call it social capital.
I'm not as exposed like you.
Yeah.
Not as exposed. Yeah, but for the most part.
Is that vigilante? That's your vigilance. Vigilance. Put it on the t-shirt.
Vigilance. Yeah, man.
All right.
So I think with that initial first direction, then we explored a few things in between. Some worked, some didn't, but that's how also growth works. There's also certain things in the event that we've done that worked, some did not fit with the long-term plan, then we shifted accordingly. That's why we say that we're very flexible event. And
and I also think we like to give opportunity to different creatives as well, to like just like express themselves when it comes to the designs and even just the music and all of that. That's why we're constantly
He's talking about that.
No, but like that's why we're constantly even just like changing like people to work on different projects in a way, like just to see a different perspective. That's why we never work on the designs ourselves.
You know what's crazy is I think on the pod we actually talked about this. I didn't want to have podcast now. But not big podcast. Way before we even started working on it.
I remember that one. I remember somebody reposted it.
Somebody
reposted that part.
But it was that kind of thing where we're like, just a general thing. We loved how it's done, and it was just that kind of thing. Like, these guys would be great to work with. Just throw it out there. It was like we hadn't talked to you guys about it, and then I think it was maybe just.
It was a month
or two later when Miko reached out. We should run it down. So I was like,
how we saw it is Miko shared it.
Actually, Miko shared. Miko is one who shared the video. So
it was like we put it into the universe, and it was like we got it back, and it was so dope to have that kind of experience. And also, that can be said about you guys and how you work. It's very organized and planned out well, everything. Like, besides the design and the work that we did together. But I came to that was my first one. Sorry, the one that was in Game Heaven. Which is also crazy, which is when you said Mulanje, I don't think you did
Game Heaven. That was honestly, for sure.
So like, it was crazy how something of that magnitude and Banta people people complain, but that happened all the way in Game Heaven, and it was it was crazy for me to like even think about that. This many people have like moved from wherever they are
out of town
1,652
people.
Yes. In a big too.
You guys have places. You guys have that number. I'm bottles of wine. Wouldn't do it?
Yeah, now we're at over 3,000.
We had we lost count at around 3 point
something, yeah.
something.
But like we're just saying over 3,000.
But you gotta keep that in track.
The numbers are there.
Like this is
You mean the numbers? Just the exact numbers are Libo as of now.
Timmy drank 1,000 of those.
So 1,000 of them are him.
Actually, that makes sense. So, are you gonna drink the wine?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, I thought maybe you give up.
No. Don't worry about it. No, it's recommendation, yeah. For sure.
No, cool stuff, guys. So I guess the other thing I would want to know from you guys is twofold. Maybe I'll ask this in two ways. What's next? What's next? We already know is the next event. That's
day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow, but you'll be watching this after. So
yeah.
It's gonna be a party. Like,
It's
guys,
it was a party, wasn't it?
What a party!
So yes, obviously this is next, but then what else is in the pipeline? And also, money not an object. What's the ultimate soiree?
Ultimate,
like money not an object. In your current,
that's a ceiling.
Yeah. Okay, so it's such an ultimate.
Ultimate is like a big word. People just throw words.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think I also think everybody also has a
different.
I mean, our vision is the same at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But within,
but within, like I think, and all of these things come to play on a group level as well.
Yeah.
I could have a vision for this thing. He could also have a different vision for it.
Yeah.
But both of our visions can coexist.
Yeah.
And lead up to a even greater. You understand? So, like for me, it's always the small wins, you know.
Yeah.
Like doing it outside of Lilongwe was like a big thing for me. It was like, shit, we managed to like move. You know?
So you can't really put it into.
And we're a little skeptical. But yeah, I think for me, like, man, I would want to do it in our own space.
Yeah.
I was gonna say outside of Malawi, but I don't know which one is better or which one is bigger. Like doing it outside of Malawi or doing it in our own space, because now.
You
understand? So a little subjective, but like both of those, you know, like taking it outside of Malawi and then doing it in a space,
your own space
that we own and that we've envisioned, and being like, okay, man, this is like, you know,
cool,
where everything is like.
He said the visions are different. Like,
well, I mean, I'll tell you, like, I know a guy who's like, his best event was Kumbali, the first Kumbali, because there was cotton candy.
100%.
Oh
yeah,
and he's one of us. Do you understand? And I'm just there like,
that's the thing for you.
Yeah, he was just like, bro,
those cotton candy.
Watching that, like, I wanted cotton candy for me at an event, and then everyone wanted cotton candy. Do you understand? And we're just there like that's there's like
the satisfaction.
Fulfillment. Could he? I'm actually not crazy for wanting cotton candy next to wine.
You know?
Yeah. So it's not really about the craziest.
No, it's the smallest thing.
Not even. I remember maybe like a year ago. It does matter. I remember maybe a year ago it was like an international artist. Like we wanted to bring an international artist, and then you did that. And then we did that, and then we're like.
So you've had Sanel and then
Mass Music,
Coco
Essay.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, right? Whether there's like an international act, or not, the soiree is a soiree.
100%.
We can all agree. I think we can on that one there.
And that's what we've learned.
We're very intentional about
it.
Not just about international.
The first year. Without any
itself has got to be good. Without someone coming to see someone they going out. So
Chinese just is kind of like a cherry on top.
I think we can relate to that. Not to diss anyone or not to diss you guys, but we've always had like people telling us that it's podcasts, more guests. But our thing has always been, Goody, this is something that we need people to get used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
So if anything else comes out of it, it's something that's being
For sure.
It's an actual guest.
100%.
Because if we make it something that's just like, okay, we
we get a guest every time.
we'll run out of guests. Guys. We'll run out of guests. That's why the people that we actually have to, when you think about it, it's like, okay, the people that we can actually do interviews with are these. There's a list. It's a list of people that would know that, okay, this will be relatable to the people that are in our space, in our audience. And we're not just going to do it because for the sake of it, okay, like, I'm 12, I'm a guest.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't introduce people to your vibe. You can maintain.
Exactly my point. We can maintain. We can.
Not two of you.
No. We're talking about business here.
It wasn't. It's not a business. No business.
It's basically that stuff that we it's the same thing that we wanted to be, as you said, you wanted to be the Sunday Soiree before it's Sunday Soiree brings international artists. Then everyone will be like, maybe
What they bringing?
But no one asks about what they're bringing now. From my experience,
For sure. Nobody can talk about. Nobody's like, what international?
I think for other events it's usually that. I'll mention names, but that's always the first question.
So I had my check out you.
Most of the times we don't put a line up there.
Like it's not about who you're coming to see, or like it's not centered on an act. Because what happens when the act is not acting?
The act has missed the flight.
The vibes are like the biggest thing, and you guys,
Very important.
You guys have done that very, very well.
Not bad.
We good. I think the last thing we want to do with you guys is play a little game.
Exactly.
So no name DJs.
For sure. We're
when the Sunday Soiree, we're not running DJs.
For the
Two different entities.
very different. Mabwana Sosian.
Is it?
Damn.
they are too Sosiana with food.
Oh,
No name DJs.
Hey. This is Mabwana Matek Rider. Hidden Fizzy.
DJ follow. Unafuna bado lake lake. Unafuna Hennessy. Pomprizi 6.
Which is really dope.
It's really dope. It's
Sharing in community.
It's a good idea. It's little things like those, as we're saying.
100%.
We know Gwida Wainugu. You will
No, but before we go on, big shout out to you guys as well. Like, like with consistency.
And what shout out to my video?
No.
Working with you guys was really done nicely. The whole process was seamless.
Yeah,
we probably had fun as well.
It was fun. It was definitely fun for us. Okay, guys. So we have a little game.
Yeah.
Mpodo Mwamba.
Damn, Minister Peter.
That's not up to me.
You're not benefiting at all.
Alright, so
Some of us run it.
we have a little game here called Finish the Lyrics.
Yeah.
As
As DJs,
as people, my DJs.
For sure.
It's called Finish the Lyrics. So we'll have 10 rounds. Basically, it's I'd say
The
lyric?
lyric, we finish it. Alright,
I don't know what you heard about me.
I don't know what you heard about me.
Cool. He gets it.
Random thing.
So to keep it interesting, we'll add a little twist to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Besides guessing the lyrics, so whoever gets it first gets a point. Yeah.
Okay.
But besides that, whoever gets the year, whoever gets the year that song was released gets a point as well.
I feel like this is targeted at someone to win.
Who do you think
It's like,
Who do you think is going to win?
Madam.
Madam.
It's the cow or horse.
It's just cause awards.
When you talk about World War II, it's history for you.
Memories.
I forget. So yeah, the first point will be for the one who gets the
Question the lyrics.
the lyrics, and then
The second point.
the second part of the round will be the year. So everyone gets a chance to pick the year they think the song came out, and whoever gets it right, so everyone gets a chance.
And my memories, as we say.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so this is one guy. I'll do one, you do one.
I don't care.
All right.
To be fair, I ain't that easy.
Alasi.
Lyrics.
All right, cool. This is round one.
Fight.
Okay.
Okay. The first one is we, the main attraction. They clap for us.
Waiting on my down for ground floor up. That's elevator action.
What did I say? What did I say?
I know my shit.
Yeah, because your brain is very matured.
What year? Anyone can guess the year.
2009.
You're saying 2009?
Yeah, 2009.
09 or 10? You're saying 10?
Could be 10.
You can guess and get it right.
You know what? People do betting, bro. I think 2011.
2011. That's enough. Yeah.
He's smart.
Very smart.
Smarter than
What too? It's better than you. That's a big point. Doesn't matter.
Come on. I got it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Can be a fluke.
Okay. Let's go. Number 2.
What's the turn of it? So.
Why are you mad, bro?
Alright, let's go. Second one, yeah? Okay. It's not crazy. This one's not crazy. We just started simple. I'm confused. I like Megan, Monica, Maya.
Kind of sounds like Drake there.
No, man.
Say it again.
Who?
I'm confused. I like Megan, Monica, Maya.
Dominique.
I actually thought of that. Sorry.
Okay.
No point.
No point.
No point. No point.
I mean, should we do it in tune?
What was that?
Should we do it in tune?
Yeah, in tune.
Okay, let me do it in tune. It goes, I'm confused. I like Megan, Monica, Maya.
Mrs.
That's some Drake shit, bro.
Mad.
Mrs. Freaky and Brandy Shy.
Take a look at how my last duck came up.
God damn it, I done came up.
We left it for you to get a point, but you couldn't even get the point.
Yeah, 0 points.
No point.
Yeah.
No points for the full sentence.
Yeah.
Because
Ask me the year.
for what?
Guess what? You think I'm gonna land?
Alright, cool.
I think for everyone watching, you can guess that one.
You can get that one as well. Yeah. Round 3. Yep. I might be too strung out.
I might be too strong. I don't compliments, overdose, no confidence.
Damn.
2009.
9.
2009. Okay.
2010.
Okay.
2011. Yo, it's too easy, bro. It's too easy.
So strategy, bro.
Sometimes all you gotta do is see through.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does guessing the year give you a whole point or a half?
It's not guessing, it's winning.
He's got 2 points and we got 1 each.
Yeah.
Oh no, he doesn't have. You have 1.
Yeah. He went.
Yeah, but hey, so you also have 1.
With zero knowledge of the songs. Amazing.
Nice. Do you understand? Life is crazy, bro.
Alright,
Let's go. Alright, second one is simple, guys. It just goes Leonardo DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Zero.
No, it's getting on.
I say our music knowledge is this shit. No, yeah, no.
Can't be.
So you're school nigga.
What song is that, bro?
Yeah, when I got nigga.
What was it? What was
win
it?
and the win.
The song is X by Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh, it's vertical.
It was vertical.
Nico would have definitely played that one. One
That's
point
a
for me.
20.
Guess.
Was it very Cardi? That's
I think that's like a 2021 song.
No.
hell no, bro. That's like 2019 for sure.
Really? Not 17?
Oh,
17?
17, yeah.
I would have mentioned 17 at the beginning.
Obviously, 0 points.
Of course,
Actually,
hey guys.
the year thing should have been the closest year gets it, right?
no, but
But for some reason, it's just been getting, I didn't even get to like explain that rule.
no, but let's
Come on,
go
Zero,
with the
come on.
precise one.
Let's.
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry.
right,
I got you guys.
Mike.
Damn, it is very terrible. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven.
I have a dream. That's Kanye, bro.
Yeah.
Just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how it goes.
Finish it.
I can give you an official point for that.
What is it?
It's 2007.
It just went straight to the year.
You didn't want me to have it. You didn't want me to have it.
And then you remember the lyric after that. Right?
Hey.
All right, that's 1 point for you. The lyric continues. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace. That's Kanye West.
Yeah.
So 2 more rounds.
Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Only my points I got with you.
2 more rounds just to tidy up the points. But Timmy has 2. Paige, you have 2.
We have two.
DJ, you have 1.
2007.
Oh, the year.
Because you only have 1, so
Autumn has 1.
yeah.
DOC.
Run the thing. Let me win this thing, bro.
All right, we should go again. Okay. And any man who knows the thing knows he knows not a damn thing at all.
Bro, I told y'all.
This guy. You're so camera, bro. You know, like people rate us for like.
This is sabotage, bro.
Yeah, but in my defense,
Yeah.
I did not co-found Nyimbo za Kunja. You know, Nyimbo's music from
You're like, okay,
Malawi music. I co-founded that. Not.
bet, we can do something about it.
I'm not complaining. Winner.
For those rounds, you say that name.
Yaganega.
That was it.
Who said? Who did it though? Who did it?
That's Kenan. Take
Okay,
a minute.
nah.
It's
Okay.
yeah, okay, let's
That's
go.
definitely 2010, 2011.
In a,
Sure.
after World Cup.
Yeah. Oh, before World Cup. The album.
When I get
It was the same album though.
It was the same album.
Same album.
It's not gonna blow him when I get the backseat. That's my shit. That's my shit.
Okay,
That's my shit.
Before the song came out.
Let's do Agumara. Yeah, Agumara.
No, you can mix them up.
Come on.
Just one young man out.
Agumara.
I close.
Okay, I just hope we stop by. You know what? Come on, run it.
Alright, let's go. Right, so here it goes, then. No matter what, we're gonna Nandiangati.
Bro, did I not say?
That's your boy.
I think it's my boy. The crazy thing is, you remember it? Because come here last week.
Nah. Never got it.
Never gonna talk.
Very well known song, actually.
Sound like Young K right there, though. And which are talking like?
I want to say it could be like a
Come on.
Let's go.
pre-Jesus Guamba, you know?
Could be.
I'm telling you, that could be like
A clue. Give us.
The song features Nepman.
See, Black Nina? Black Nina.
Black Nina.
What do you mean, bro? Hey,
Finish the lyrics.
Sana pass it to Tao.
Yeah, okay.
Tao in denial. I'm digesting this thing.
What does the line say?
No matter
No
what.
matter what, we're going to do angati.
Oh,
He
was. Hey, say it. It's on. It's close.
Maybe I trust to get to that.
I know the song, man. Because it's that Chilawe Jangaji song. Chilawe Janga.
Yeah, that's true.
So mess of the man was a boy Mazamba rap. Ah, man.
You can actually guess it, right? Like you can actually like just think.
Hey, you. There was a time you wanted to be a rapper. Can you run it?
He was not. There was a time he wanted.
Oh, I was not. I was messing about it.
No, actually, like
How long ago? How long ago was that?
we're still celebrating their 30th birthday.
Yeah,
So
so
the one going with that?
I was on Amma. I just found out that my actual birthday is 1995.
Oh, okay.
Nigga, what?
Every single year.
Congratulations, I guess.
Last year was 94.
I said that I paid her.
Right. What I pay that?
What are you
That was all the film.
Finish it up.
This been as one shit. No, manga was watching.
Come on, bro. How did no one guess that?
Hey, bro, you gotta be a crazy sim, bro. I'm saying, I don't care. I'm not going to sleep with. Hey, me, I just
Nice.
All right,
That was a fire tune, though.
Yeah, it was
Fine
fine.
around, guys. I'm trying to put you in the worst mood.
Can we say it how they say it?
That's a giveaway.
Yeah, it is.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah, it's a dead giveaway.
This specific one, that would be that. I'm trying to put you in the worst mood.
Fuck.
Get up. Damn.
Yeah. It is, bro. It is true. I'm trying to put you in the
It's the weekend, bro.
Yeah, man. Whoa.
Hey, what does it say? It's a weekend. A belo.
In time, everything like that. So now,
That's crazy. I know the song.
Chandler, give us the year. Give us the year.
2020.
No.
Yeah.
20.
Yo, stop boy.
13 or 14.
Stop, boy.
Stop boy. Also, I was going to whiskey do you know?
But Stop Boy is pre-
I say that's a 2018.
Stop Boy is pre-COVID. It's 2017.
It's pre-COVID. No. 2017?
Yeah, it is.
17. No, I'm actually not.
No, I'm saying it's
No, bro.
2017.
2019.
Official.
No, I'm lying. Can I change my mind, bro?
Okay.
2024.
Stop.
2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020. I put it 2020. Yeah, 2020.
19.
Oh, 19 what?
2019.
Oh, I thought 19. Forget I'm there.
Into someone.
Before the madness, Chan, what's that? That was before Stop. That's before Stop.
Yeah.
Beauty behind the madness.
Behind the madness. It's 2020, bro.
No, I can't be 20.
No?
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Final answers, yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer, son. You can breathe now.
You quiet.
2022.
No fucking way.
2022, final answer.
Yeah, I'm still 2020.
2020.
2019.
2019. He gets the point.
2019.
Who? No, closest year. It was actually 2016.
So I'm close.
You were closer. You let them convince you otherwise. I don't know how.
You see, the thing about winning,
We haven't even announced
the thing about winning,
Alright, so yeah, Timmy wins this one with.
Yeah.
No,
we said closest, yeah.
No, we agreed. He said no.
No, we just need the precise year.
It's a tie.
That's it.
No,
Give us one more round. Just so that.
No, guys.
Okay, what?
I want the third term.
Okay, tiebreaker.
I want the third term.
Tiebreaker. Lame niggas can't tell the difference
Between the soiree and
Niggas can't tell the difference. Niggas can't get big good.
Yeah, I'm going to try to join the
DJ
Don't say her.
One time for a nigga who knows.
Lame niggas can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
You got it.
One time for a nigga don't say
You
her.
see,
She don't wanna be
what am I guy with BT?
And this is the easiest year you ever get.
Where she'll drive.
I'll let the kids start, and then the winner of the years.
Guys, if you're watching this and screaming at these niggas, I'm sorry, but yeah.
I'll just know something.
I know a lot.
What else was that?
First, you don't wanna be saying, don't say about. I think.
Unbelievable, Jeff. 16, but
2018.
okay. 10-18. Final answers on it. It's a one that's
I say.
Kazona?
You beat
You're not going.
final answer.
First she'll drive.
say.
2018, man.
I
2018.
take back my 2018.
DJ,
It's way before that.
the album, bro.
Final answers.
The album. You've been saying it.
Yes, first she'll drive.
Yeah.
First she'll drive.
Hey, but the
I'm trying to
year,
remember
miss.
the year.
What year was the song released though?
But the album.
Yeah,
It's a 10.
2017. You're not Jam, 20 Jam.
20 years with you first she'll drive.
Exactly.
I know I got it. I'm the one who got because he kept
I
not
said it
saying.
was way
I
before
said
that.
2014. Just now. Rewind this.
So can I give my final answer now? It is someone the food say.
I don't even know.
2014. Forest Hill Drive.
I didn't know the
My
album.
turn.
Yeah,
my
your
turn,
turn.
right? My mom don't know your mom.
Finish the lyric.
All right, guys. So this has been the Sunday Soiree team. Next event is
Inside.
in
It's
2
Sunday.
days.
No, the next event is
Yeah,
On the 3rd.
May 5th. What's happening May 5th?
May
3rd.
May 3rd.
May 3rd.
May 3rd. Sunday Soiree's first wine festival.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fancy. I like it. I
So
like
lots
it.
of these.
Yeah.
A lot.
Trying to teach you guys how to
billion
drink
of these.
wine.
Yeah, the color culture, yeah?
Yeah.
Culture,
sure.
it could be-
No, for
Little
sure.
bit of
I mean, like,
class,
it'd be very nice to get more people to get more invested in the wine,
Yeah.
especially people who drink wine,
Yeah.
because it's something that you enjoy, and there's a lot of aspects to it that I think you can learn and grow your knowledge, and you're gonna even enjoy the wine. That's
Perfect. Perfect, guys.
It's a whole art to it, huh?
no, for
Yeah,
sure,
man.
it is. It is. My degree.
Oh, it's
Shout out to you guys for having us on the show.
No, for
Yeah, man.
sure.
Shout out to you guys
No,
for
for
being
sure.
for being on the
These
podcast.
guys took 2 hours to like get ready and put on their makeup.
Nah, they had
Shout out
to.
to the
They had to. They had to. Nah, so
You were putting on makeup?
You were getting powdered up.
You came out here. How
Look like a
You've been wearing boots, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to dinner.
dinner date.
what happened to the
dinner
shoes?
date.
Yeah. You realized
I didn't need them
you realized you didn't need them.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, I need them, just not.
It took him 20 minutes. Kept us waiting for 20 minutes. Wearing the boots.
Yeah.
No, shout out to you guys.
another
though.
20.
Shout out to every
You guys
single
are
one of you guys.
consistent. Like it'll be nice to see you guys do more of this and
No,
go like don't stop.
I appreciate it, bro.
100%.
Like the Photoshop thing, the Adobe thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to that, bro.
That's literally consistency and like being, having a niche.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like it pays because
Appreciate
there's a market for
sure.
everything.
For everything, yeah.
I
Consumers
think,
are there.
I think that the biggest lesson for us today, for me personally, is social capital. You guys have mentioned social
No, very important.
Yeah.
It's one thing that I think if everyone focused on that, I feel like would be
100%.
Yeah, but that comes with an underline though.
yeah.
If the social capital and the servicing aside, people think that just because I can make the call,
Yeah.
then I should not have the urge to do it or have knowledge, or it will be done for me when I make the call. Like it works easier, not easier, but it's better and easier on your social capital if you know your shit. Yeah, you know what you're doing. So until you know what you're doing, do not tap. Even the Bible, Musa something. Do not start a love you cannot. Something like that. I know the verse. I'll send it to you guys. But do not awaken in love.
I'll put it here. Yeah.
It's about awakening love and stuff like that. So when you're not ready, do not awaken it. So you also when you're not ready, because how people lose social capital is lero imba phone for you need help to on a gig and some shit. Zaenda, you get paid. Wayaga kwasala biru. Wembirasa daje udagone sena yage kuri solde pireso biru. So now you're also not
the way you guys explained it is that where it's like you give a little,
you gotta service it.
You gotta give as much as you can so that when you're taking it doesn't
even without the intention of taking
even without
with no intent to take.
Exactly.
No intent to take.
Perfect, guys. This has been fun.
Now shout out
to Sunday Soiree. Make sure you guys go to like my plan now is every single one that comes to Blanta, I will lose all my ticket I'm gonna sell out. I'm pretty sure.
You know a guy, yeah?
I'm pretty sure I have some social capital.
Touche.
Amazing. All right, Simon, close us out.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, guys, this is it. So stay safe. Don't do what I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
You do a lot of shit.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't do anything. Don't do anything.
I will see you on the other side.
We'll see you next time, man. Peace.
Peace out.
That was dope.
Awesome.
That was dope, man.
Hey.
Shout out.
I know one time.
Thank you.
I might give you this one too.
Yeah, man.
You know what we do? Say that's it.
That's it.